So I'm Zoltan from Five Finger Death Punch. How you doing, man?
That's right, pretty good, right? And it's baking in the sun, man. It's,
I am sweating. I am like drenched
I'm
in sweat.
acquiring some skin coloration, and but good times, good times.
Yeah, it's always good to get a tan, isn't it? And you very, very rarely get the chance in Britain to kind of sit back and soak up the sun. So it's nice. It's nice. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh ho ho! Look at that! Like we have to turn the camera that way.
Who was that?
That's the best sound guy in the universe, right here.
Is he your sound guy?
No, he's everybody's Slipknot, and we want to get him. So okay, let's get back. Sorry.
Okay, so that's it. Now we got the important stuff out of the way.
The best sound guy in the world just passed by, and then we had to pay.
What's his name? Give him a name check.
That's Bruce Leitner.
Right. Okay.
Actually, he's Dragon Force's sound guy right now.
But they're on stage, right? What's he doing? Wandering back here?
The best sound guy.
He's obviously not doing his job.
He's going to eat right now. Imagine that.
Right.
Okay, so
anyway, back to it. I was talking amongst some people earlier on, and they reckon that you have possibly, or you're in the band with the best kind of band name, as it were, in the whole festival, Five Finger Death Punch. What do you make of that?
Well, that's actually pretty interesting. I mean, like either people get it or they don't. Like we have there are two crowds. About the name of the band, like nobody ever kind of went like, yeah, whatever. It was either like, oh, that's stupid, or they said like, wow, that's the greatest name.
So how did you come up with it then?
I mean, I was into kung fu since I was a kid. So I was always like a big fan of kung fu cinema. And there are all kind of kung fu movies, the Five Fingers of Death, the original King Boxer, and all these, these real old Hong Kong kung fu movies. There were always the mythical punch, that one punch that can kill somebody just with one punch. You know what I mean? And I thought like, wow, that would be a coolest metal name.
Yeah. Have you ever tried learning the punch?
I killed many people with the Five Finger Death Punch. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my dirty past.
It's a kind of a mystery, really, how you're wandering about free and not in prison.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, like you don't get caught. I live in Las Vegas. There's a big desert in the backyard. You can just dig the hole and it's all good. But actually, when Kill Bill came out, you remember the Five Finger Lotus Punch thing, and the whole thing. That was basically the final push. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be the band's name. That's how it came about.
And Spit, you're a fan of Kill Bill because obviously it's only in the recent weeks as David Carradine. I don't want to. I was going to put a kind of morbid spin on it.
That was kind of weird, That was kind of a crazy thing.
It's very strange. But
for a second we thought like we're gonna put something on our website, maybe comment something, but then the whole media kind of jumped on it, and so the whole thing it kind of acquired like a cheese factor. So I was like, let's not even say anything. But it was interesting. People are just dropping out left and right, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to the music. How was the show this afternoon?
Hence my Five Finger Death Punch works. He was one of the victims.
A bit of a bizarre moment. What was the show like for you?
The show like, well, 12 o'clock. Imagine this, 12 o'clock. I would assume people would be sleeping, hangover, from yesterday. But we walked out there and 20,000, 25,000 people were chanting Death Punch. So it was like, wow. These people not just up, they know who we are. It was pretty.
I was wandering around at that point while you were on stage. I was wandering around with the guys from Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, Five Finger Death Punch. So yeah, you've got some fans out there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like it's kind of crazy because US, we were pounding it for 2.5 years. We were literally on the road for 2.5 years, and here, the record is just out this year. So it's like we are kind of a new band. You know what I mean? The record is 6 months old here, so you have to earn it, and this festival, I mean, like everybody who ever mattered in metal played here. It was the Donington Festival before Download, so it's kind of like a place that has a lot of history, and getting the main stage spot on this festival is huge for us, especially like as I said, we are kind of a new band on this scene, at least this side of the ocean.
Great. Can I show you something I found actually? It's in my pocket. I found this piece of paper earlier.
Talking about going weird.
Yeah. No, but it's quite relevant actually to what we're doing here because it is in fact. Oh no, I've just torn it. It's like.
Look at that.
Would you like to hold that? Because I'm holding the mic.
This is actually funny. Check this out.
If you could get in on that. Now, that's the kind of stage setup of your.
I'll explain this. What happened? Somebody came up to us and said, like, okay, the camera crew would like to know what is our stage plot. And I said, like, well, the plot is that we're gonna go out and then we're gonna massacre shit. You know, and they said, no, that's not the kind of plot we were thinking of. Like, we want to know like who stands where. I'm like, oh, okay. And we started to write like Jeremy and you know and the names of people and all of a sudden like, you know what? Let me draw you these actual.
So you drew it. You actually drew it.
I actually drew these little.
So which one is you?
characters.
Point you at.
So I'm the guy with the dreadlocks, right?
That's an incredible likeness.
I
Well
went
done.
with the crazy smile and the crazy eyebrow, you know. So the mega beard, Matt, right? So this way the camera guy can identify like who's who.
Yeah. And
So-
you're a very naturally talented
Well,
artist.
look
Congratulations.
at that. You know what? This should hang in a Louvre, like next to like a Picasso or something. I mean,
Yeah, next to the Mona
especially-
Lisa or something like that.
I really think it would be fitting for that occasion, actually.
Yeah. Maybe what we're asking people to do is give like something as a competition prize.
I mean, look at this. If it's, I mean, look, Van Gogh has nothing on me. I start cutting my ears off.
Can I ask you, because that's an incredible name, Zoltan.
Yeah,
Zoltan Bathory, is that right?
yeah. Actually,
Is that your actual name?
yeah.
So that's a Hungarian.
It's a really, really common Hungarian name. Like
Seriously?
Battery is a very
Ah,
common.
because wasn't there was a woman in like the 15th
Yeah,
century, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Bathory. Yeah,
Right,
she
I know.
was a Hungarian noble family, but it's a very common name, and Zoltan is like as common as Joe in my country. So, but you know, in the other side of the world, it's pretty cool. You know, like Zoltan Bathory, and everybody's like, what was that? It's cool. you
Yeah,
know,
cool.
People remember. Actually, people don't remember. They remember like you Zorro or something. You know, it's pretty much. I go with Zorro. Z with anything. Z Zorro, whatever. I'll take it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for chatting to us.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.